Welcome to GPW Gamefront Professional Wrestling. It's Jackdaw Calhoun alongside my co-commentator Badger. And Badger, we've got some exciting news. Next week, it's going to be our first ever pay-per-view, GPW SummerSham.
I'm so hot and heavy for SummerSham. It's going to be the biggest event of the year. The first pay-per-view in GPW history. Some of the biggest matches that we've seen. We've had historical night after historical night. You can believe that this will be the most historical night of all nights.
That is absolutely a certainty, Badger. It's going to be one to see next week, but we've got this week to deal with first, and we've got one heck of a card tonight. First up, it's going to be Boris Johnson, the leader of the UK government, versus the Electorate.
Now, I don't know about you, but I don't really care what they do across the pond, but I'm excited to see this match.
Well, it's definitely, Boris Johnson is just clinging on to power. It's going to be interesting to see what the Electorate does tonight. And in our mid-card match tonight, this is another one that the GPW crowd have just been waiting to see. It is Danger Dad versus Lysdestic.
An amazing matchup. Great booking by Danny. A real come up for Danger Dad, his first time in the GPW. Amazing contract signed by Lysdestic to get into the GPW from his other promotion where he used to go by the name Severed. Now going by his real name, Lysdestic. Really excited for this.
And finally, in our main event tonight, Badger, this is unbelievable. We've just got word coming in that the evil owner, Danny, has requested a matchup. It's going to be James versus Mitch. Mitchell Saltzman, his former apprentice, protege, if you will. And that's going to be on the main event tonight. And I believe Danny is coming out to the ring now to tell us all about it. So let's cut to Danny coming to the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is your Lord and Savior Danny, the owner of the GPW. I have some incredible news for you tonight. Next week, it's going to be the GPW's first ever pay-per-view, GPW SummerSham. And tonight, I am going to make an incredible matchup, one for the ages. It's going to be you, James. James, you've requested a ladder to the top. Well, let me give you a ladder. But don't worry, most of the rungs are missing, and I've greased it up good and proper. So it's going to be one heck of a climb for you tonight, boy. It's going to be you versus your former master, Mitchell Saltzman. And if you beat Mitch, you will go on next week to fight for the GPW Championship against my creation, Zombie Morgan. But you're going to have to go through Mitch first, and frankly, I don't think you have the fortitude to beat Mitch tonight. As for you, Zach, next week at SummerSham, it's going to be you versus me, and the winner is going to take 100% control, ownership of the GPW. That's right, I'm going to put all of it on the line. I've had my lawyer, Mikey, write up the papers. They're going to be placed into a briefcase. They're going to be hung high above the ring, and the first person to grab them will take the control of the company. So if you think you've got what it takes, Zach, you come for me next week at SummerSham. And that's all I got to say about that. So toodle pip, and y'all better put that in your pipes and have a puff puff smoke on those.
Well, I can't believe what we've just heard there, Badger. It sounds like Danny has managed, well, he's booked James in a matchup against his former, hero, Mitchell Saltzman. And it's a big if, Badger, if James can beat Mitch tonight, then he will get a chance to fight for the GPW Championship against Zombie Morgan next week at GPW SummerSham.
James with a classic monkey paw wish, wanted a road to the championship, and he got it in the worst way possible. A match against Mitch, which I am not sure he is capable or equipped to win.
Well, we'll find out later tonight, but I have to admit, I am with you there, Badger. I don't think that James has what it takes to beat Mitch, but even more surprisingly, the evil owner, Danny, has challenged Zach to a match at SummerSham next week, and it will be for control of the company. It sounds like it's going to be a ladder match, Badger, but I can't believe that Zach could potentially end up owning the GPW next week.
Absolutely incredible. I do not know what Danny is thinking. He has no reason to have to put everything on the line, but an honorable position by him. He's going to actually put it out there. If Zach wins, he will retain control of the GPW, and I can guarantee you at that point, chaos will reign. I'm worried for me. I'm worried for you. I'm worried for our jobs. I'm worried for who's going to pay for our hotel rooms. I'm worried if we're going to continue to be able to travel together. Calhoun, our relationship is also on the line.
Well, that is as well as maybe, Badger. I mean, I would like to think we might stay in touch after, after GPW, but I have to admit, the possibility that the GPW could be coming to an end already is just, it's unbelievable. But we've still got tonight to get through first before we get to SummerSham next week. So let's get over to our first contest. Here we are. It's Charlotte, North Carolina, Badger. And here we are, another fascinating matchup between Boris Johnson.
I have to say, just really exciting booking from Danny. I know that people give him a lot of flack, but to make this match happen at this time, just a really amazing feat.
Boris Johnson here seems to be having a work gathering on his way to the ring. Definitely dancing his way to the ring there. Some kind of work event. Definitely not a party, as far as I understand it. Now, Boris Johnson is going to be facing the Electorate tonight. The Electorate, of course, another new face here in the GPW, but with an axe to grind against Mr. Johnson here.
Now, Calhoun, I don't know how closely you follow British politics, being from Birmingham, Alabama, but Boris Johnson is an embattled prime minister who has recently resigned, but is still trying to hold on to power until they can form a new government.
Well, assuming Boris Johnson can beat the Electorate here tonight, Boris Johnson may be able to cling on a little bit longer, but I have to be honest, it doesn't look good for him. Basically, the entire nation of England is embodied in this man, the Electorate. He is the spirit of the England from the north of England, Newcastle upon Tyne. Very much the opposite from Boris Johnson, where he hails obviously from London.
Newcastle upon Tyne.
It's a city called Newcastle, and it's on the River Tyne, is my understanding, Badger. But
quite the Anglophile.
I am indeed. Here comes the bell, and this match is now underway. And these two men lock up. Boris just throwing the Electorate into the corner. Boris just showing no respect for the Electorate straight out the bat.
I mean, this is kind of what you'd expect from him. Just a choking of the Electorate, a manhandling of the Electric. No nuance here.
Just stomping on the Electorate as if it's the dirt on the bottom of his shoe. And now just, going for an early pin. Boris doesn't seem to want to put the work in to get the outcome. Boris just thinks he can easily get a victory there.
Not a very strategic maneuver by Boris. Let's see what the Electric has. Oh, a vicious flying knee. Ankle lock. Big old moonsault.
Wow, big old moonsault there. The Electorate just slapped Boris in the face out of nowhere. Boris did not see that coming, but not enough to put Boris Johnson away.
I have a feeling the Electric, even though they did attempt to pin, really wants to hold Boris Johnson's feet to the fire a little bit before ending this match.
Boris just taking some mean kicks from the Electorate there, although Boris now just with the reversal, and Boris is just punching the Electorate down, making them feel some pain, wrenching that leg, possibly some tax hikes involved there as well. But big boot to the face there from the Electorate. The Electorate's getting fired up.
Now, one of Boris Johnson's greatest tricks is to make people think that he doesn't know what he's doing. He's not a capable wrestler. He's not capable of winning this match. So don't count him out. Don't undersell him. He looks like a toe with a suit on, but he could win this match.
He does indeed look like a buffoon in a suit, but the Electorate with a big crossface there on Boris. Picking Boris up now by that long, tufty hair. Big kicks to the face. Oh, that was an interesting maneuver there from the Electorate, which didn't pan out. Boris now with a suplex out of nowhere, going in for the pin, but it's a rope break.
The Electorate using a little legal maneuvering to get out of that one.
The Electric now going up to the top. Could be another high-flying maneuver here. Didn't didn't pay off. The Electorate just seemed to jump into the middle of the ring for no apparent reason. Sometimes the Electorate do shoot themselves in the foot. But side Russian leg sweep now on Boris. Big punches to the face. Big kicks. Oh, what's this now on Boris? Big knee to the face, and now the pin on Boris.
That's gotta be it. Surely Boris is out this time. There we go.
That's a very, very quick win for the Electorate against Boris Johnson. Boris's time in office has come to an unceremonious end there in very quick succession after being shown the door by the Electorate. Just looking at the replay, some high-flying moves from the Electorate too, very much with their pulse on the finger against Boris, who just did not see any of that coming. And as it turns out, that big knee to the face, and that was enough to put Boris away. 1, 2, 3, Badger.
Really sealed it up. I guess it's bye-bye, Boris. Hello, Electorate?
Well, England has won today, but will they win tomorrow? There's only one way to find out. But for now, Boris is gone. Na 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 na. Oh hey yeah. Goodbye.
Wanna pick heavy things up and put them down again? Well, you need some more gain. The bodybuilding supplement that'll make you ripped.
More gain bodybuilding supplement does not guarantee you'll be able to build muscles, may cause fatigue, muscle body ache, shortness of breath, or difficulty breathing, difficulty concentrating or focusing, inability to exercise or be active, headaches, difficulty sleeping, anxiety, memory problems, dizziness, persistent chest pain or pressure, cough, joint pain, and heart palpitations. Please speak to your doctor before using more gain. Welcome back to GPW. Here we are in Seattle, Washington. Home of one of our competitors, Lysdestic, I believe. But here comes Danger Dad.
Absolutely wrong. Lysdestic is from Portland.
Portland, is that in Oregon? I don't even know my geography, Badger.
The south of America is really far away from Oregon, so yeah, I could understand how you might not know the difference between Washington and Oregon.
Well, in any case, here comes Danger Dad.
Classic mustache on mustache, Danger Dad.
Danger Dad looking very intense on his way to the ring here now. Danger Dad does seem to, have a very pristine mustache. He even has his chest hair shaped like a mustache. Very much leaning into that father figure kind of thing as well. You know, he's very much about trying to teach his opponents a lesson. Has Lysdestic got a lesson coming to him tonight, Badger?
We are about to find out. I must say, every daddy that I have ever encountered has had a mustache, so I'm very excited to see what he does in the ring.
He is a very athletic man, but very much a big man, 6 foot tall, weighing in at nearly 300 pounds from my understanding, Badger.
Look at the rug on the back of that guy.
Very much doesn't necessarily, some do say that it's very much easier to, grab your opponents and stick to the mat. With chest hair, being smooth isn't always an advantage in a wrestling ring. Danger Dad very much, apart from his chest, which is very pristinely manscaped, very much rugged elsewhere.
I like it. Now, this is Danger Dad's first match in the GPW and the first match he's ever wrestled in. He is an amateur up until now, so very excited to see what he does in the ring. He says that he's ready to go. He's been training for weeks.
Lysdestic, also known as the Scorpion, very much from Portland, Oregon, as I mentioned earlier. But yes, I mean, Danger Dad, certainly has his size advantage to some degree, but Lysdestic, very much a young, athletic man, very well known here in the GPW, but maybe he can run rings around Danger Dad.
Lysdestic is a young man, but he has a lot of wrestling experience, a veteran wrestler of many different promotions, a student of the game, if you will. Really loves wrestling and knows his stuff, so I'm excited to see what he comes up with.
Lysdestic now just seems to be a fan favorite here in the GPW. This crowd absolutely loving what they're seeing right now. But does he have enough to beat Danger Dad in this Extreme Rules match, Badger, which means that weapons are allowed, no disqualifications?
Yeah, we'll see if either of these men elect to use a weapon. I have to expect that somebody will if they get into a disadvantage.
Well, Danger Dad just lifting Lysdestic up, and just the blood must be rushing to Lysdestic's head right now. Just show of strength there from Danger Dad. No rush to throw him down to the mat there. Unbelievable, Badger.
I think Danger Dad just trying to prove a point that he's here, he knows what he's doing, and even though this is his first match, he has been studying wrestling and he's ready to go.
Well, he was flexing to the crowd there. Seems to have been a mistake. Lysdestic managed to get to his feet quicker than he thought, and is now gaining the upper hand on Danger Dad, throwing him into the corner here, hanging Danger Dad upside down now.
Oh, nasty kick to the chest. Little face wrench.
Now
it doesn't look like a lot, but when you get the bottom of that boot scraping across your face, it really does take something out of you.
What a slam there from Danger Dad, and Danger Dad now with big right hands, big left hands, but Lysdestic reversal with the slaps across that perfectly manscaped chest.
Oh!
What a running bulldog there from Lysdestic, who is now going up to the top rope. Big splash on Danger Dad, going in for the pin, but that surely isn't enough to put Danger Dad away.
Oh, a little bit of hesitation by the referee there. I know that we've had trouble in the past with GPW refs, and we're not supposed to talk about it. I know, Danny. I'm going to get fined for this, but I think that ref was a little slow to start the count.
The referee maybe was a little bit slow to get the count there, but Danger Dad kicked out regardless, and Danger Dad now with the reversal, big knee to the head of Lysdestic, big punches to the gut, and what a big forehead there to Lysdestic. Danger Dad seems to be taking his time to taunt his opponent and just work up the crowd, which seems to have worked in his disadvantage on 2 occasions now. Another 2 count. Another close one, Badger, indeed. That's 2 near falls from Lysdestic on Danger Dad.
It could be Danger Dad's lack of experience showing here, trying to work the crowd, kind of getting distracted by the energy in the room, instead of focusing on his opponent, who is hyper-focused on ending this match with a victory.
Well, a drop kick there from Lysdestic has thrown Danger Dad to the outside. We could be about to see some weapons being used. Yep, Lysdestic is going under the ring.
And, he's gonna have to be quick. Oh, a sledgehammer.
A sledgehammer to the crotch, to the back of Danger Dad. Unbelievable, Badger.
Oh, Lysdestic caught him in a little trap, but he fumbled it right at the last second.
Big slam from Danger Dad. I mean, you would think that a sledgehammer to the gentleman's area would be, enough to put any man to tears, but it just seems to have fired up Danger Dad.
Calhoun, I can tell you from experience that there's nothing gentlemanly about Danger Dad's area.
Danger Dad appears to have got some kind of kendo stick from under the ring.
Oh, just big chops to the head, big chops to the body. Oh!
Reversal from Lysdestic. Reverse DDT going in for another pin. Could this be enough? No, another kick out from Danger Dad was not enough to put that away. Lysdestic seems to be getting quite frustrated with this referee, but he's going now up to the top rope.
He really thought he grabbed 3. I could have thought he grabbed 3 as well. Oh, a big splash.
Another big splash from Lysdestic. Is he going to use the kendo stick?
I mean, he's got it. He's got to return the favor. Oh, broke it over his body.
Once again, though,
Danger Dad is still fighting.
I have to say, Badger, Danger Dad just seems to get fired up whenever he takes pain, takes punishment. Small package from Lysdestic, but again, not enough to put Danger Dad away. How many near falls are we going to see tonight, Badger?
I don't know. This is really turning out to be a classic match between 2 amazing competitors.
Just the one that time. Lysdestic just going for pin after pin after pin, but just not enough to put Danger Dad away. Another reverse DDT. Going in for another pin, Badger. This surely can't be enough.
He has to know something that we don't. Maybe,
unbelievable. Yep, well, I mean, it was going to happen at some point. Lysdestic has managed to get a victory there on Danger Dad. I can't believe just how many pinfalls we saw. You have to give it to Danger Dad. He held his own. Sledgehammer to the crotch at one point. Kendo stick broken over his chest. that perfectly manscaped chest. Just unbelievable scenes, Badger.
Danger Dad put up an incredible fight, and he should be really proud of his performance here tonight. Really excited to see how he does at GPW.
Well, that's a big victory for Lysdestic. We'll be back after this commercial break. Stay tuned for a massive match next on the GPW.
Surf's up, my dudes.
No taste is the worst taste.
Well, that being said, Badger, here we are in, I don't even know where that is. Is it somewhere in
Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania?
Pennsylvania. Well, here comes James Heaney.
Is scheduled for
New shirt, new man.
making his way to the ring from Venice Beach, California, weighing in at 228 pounds, James.
My understanding, Badger, that James's previous podcast, Alchemy This, has been shut down in disgrace after its founder decided to close it following James's brutal attack on Kermit the Frog just the other week. But
Painted the entire legacy of Alchemy This, and James has started his own rogue podcast called Original Understudies. And they've already started recording episodes. Some interesting casting choices in there. But that's not why we're here tonight. We're here because James groveled at the feet of Danny. He said, please give me a road to the championship. And Danny obliged. And now he's the dog that's caught the tire. He's going to have to wrestle Mitch to see if he can go for a championship match at SummerSham.
well, here comes Mitch. Mitch, of course, very, very popular with this GPW crowd. Now, James, like you say, is going to be purely focused on beating Mitch here tonight. If James can beat Mitch in this match, then he will get a shot at the GPW Championship at SummerSham next week.
The really disgusting thing is that Mitch doesn't even want this championship. Even if he wins tonight, he will not get a championship match at SummerSham. It will just be the end of James's career.
Well, Mitch, of course, is from another promotion, famous for their 10 out of 10 reviews. Now, Mitch, of course, can't really be in the number one contendership for the GPW title, but the evil owner, Danny, couldn't think of an opponent worthy enough to take down James and prevent him from getting to the top of the GPW.
I highly doubt that with the creative booking that he's been doing in the last few weeks with Badland Chugs. We saw Boris Johnson in the Electorate earlier tonight. I don't believe that he would have had any trouble finding any person on the planet could have been here tonight, but he chose Mitch, and I think it's for a reason.
Well, you can kind of see the anger on Mitch's face. I think it's personal, of course. Mitch forced to coach James in the early days of Gamefront through Dark Souls and many other games. James versus Games, of course, very famous, where James
punishment worse than death. We know it well.
So Mitch may be just taking out years of frustration on James. What a slam from Mitch, working James very early on here. And Mitch now, another big slam on James. Oh, but James with a reversal manages to flip Mitch over. And James, I think, is going up to the top rope here, Badger.
James really showing a level of violence that he's not. Oh, a giant leg.
I think
level of violence he's not used to. I'm not used to seeing him do an aggressive stance towards Mitch.
I think it might be fair to say, Badger, that James is fired up. He definitely just wants this GPW championship. I think James felt like he was dealt a bad hand in the early days of the GPW, took out his frustrations undeservedly on Kermit the Frog, and now he just seems determined to prove himself here in the GPW.
I just feel like there's so many wrestlers in line that would be, huge lariat, in line to get a chance at the championship, and just through sheer whining, James has made himself a match and a chance to a road to victory at SummerSham, and I don't know, it just doesn't sit right.
Well, James, of course, is well known for, complaining his way to the top almost. Very much enjoys a pity party when he can get one, but James is just lapping it up right now. He's taking it to his old mentor, Mitch, and Mitch just seems to be out for the count.
Absolutely disgusting. This is be like Anakin Skywalker winning lightsaber battle with Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh, only a one there.
Tough to watch. Do you think Danny could book that? Anakin and Obi-Wan?
I think Disney may have a lot to say about it, Badger, but big forearms, I should say, from Mitch. And
1, 2, 3, 4 arms from James right in Mitch's face.
Mitch now. Mitch has managed to pick up James, throwing him onto the top rope. A maneuver we saw earlier tonight, and some big kicks now from Mitch. Oh, but the knees didn't connect, and I think Mitch has winded himself.
Mitch with those signature cargo shorts.
James going for another pin on Mitch. James just seems to be almost mockingly taking his time when he goes to pin Mitch.
Oh, he almost got it. I did not think Mitch was in a position where he would be pinned, and neither does Mitch. He's got a reversal in on James.
Mitch is dragging James to the center of the ring. Could Mitch be going for a pin? Doesn't seem that way. Oh, watch this maneuver here from Mitch.
What a display of strength. Pick him up right off the ground. Tough on the lower back.
Oh, and that was only a 2 from James. Mitch has got to be devastated. He tried to pull off the Mitchinator there, and it just wasn't enough to put James away. Picking up James again now. Could it? Oh, and here we go. Wow.
Mitch is hell-bent on ending James's GPW career.
Still only a 2. Still only a 2, Badger. Unbelievable. I cannot believe that Mitch hasn't managed to put James away here. James is determined to get this shot at the GPW title next week at SummerSham. You've got to believe
Mitch
that.
is doing everything in the books to wear him down so he can get a full pin on him. James getting back up. Can he fight back from where he's been? Punch to the gut. Lock up. And side suplex. Elbow.
I think James is just finding everything he's got inside of him. He's desperate for this GPW title shot at SummerSham. I've never seen James fight with this much gusto, this much spirit. Maybe fighting Mitch has something to do with it, Badger, but James is just unbeatable right now.
I really think James would have gone down with how many punches in the face he took. Oh, another close one.
Mitch just barely managed to kick out. These two men, what a match, Badger. I don't think we've had a match of this quality in the GPW. Just unbelievable strength from these two men. The spirit of these two men to continue this fight. Mitch now throwing James into the turnbuckle. Big shoulder to James. And Mitch now with a pin on James. But James again with a kick out. I can't believe what we're seeing tonight, Badger. This is unbelievable.
Both of these men are just putting everything on the line. Someone could get seriously hurt if this match doesn't end soon. James again with the 1, 2, 3 forearms.
Big clothesline from Mitch, just stopping James in his tracks.
Oh, and a little dance. He's mocking him.
Oh my goodness! Is this
that
it?
has to be it.
I can't believe it. James has kicked out again. James has managed to kick out. Mitch cannot believe this. Mitch cannot believe that James has managed to cling on this long. So many signatures, so many finishes, and James just kicking out after kicking out.
You can't believe it. I can't believe it. Mitch can't believe it. The crowd can't believe it. James can't believe it. I don't know what is going on in that ring right now.
I can only say, but James is just absolutely determined to fight for the GPW Championship next week at SummerSham. James is giving all of his heart, all of his soul into this match. I haven't seen James fight like this at all, ever.
James, well-known pacifist, is giving up all his moral misgivings to fighting and taking it from Mitch.
This crowd is turning on James for beating up their hero, Mitch Saltzman. James now taking Mitch to the outside.
At this point, James cannot worry about what the crowd is saying. He's got to put Mitch away as quickly as possible if he wants to have his chance at SummerSham.
Mitch now with big suplex on James on the outside. The referee, of course, is counting. This is a standard regulation match. If the referee counts to 10, it will end in a disqualification for whichever man remains on the outside.
Well, at this point, it's only going to be James. Mitch is just straight up chilling in the corner.
If James can't make it to his feet by the count of 10 and get back in the ring, then this is all over and he loses his shot at the GPW Championship next week.
SummerSham.
James is back in the ring. Here he comes now. Big right hands from Mitch.
Both men have got to be running on empty at this point.
It's unbelievable to see this match is still going on after all of these moves. James just hanging in for dear life. So many near falls, so many near misses. Mitch still seems to have a bit of strength in him, but you have to believe he's, like you say, nearly running on empty at this point, Badger. But James now.
Oh, James with an interesting skirting around maneuver.
James has the crossface on Mitch. Mitch, of course, has been worn down. Could this be enough to... Mitch is tapped out. Mitch is tapped out. I can't believe this. This crowd is falling deadly silent. This crowd can't believe it. James is won. James is going to be facing Zombie Morgan for the GPW Championship at SummerSham next week.
Absolutely incredible fight. I can't believe Mitch was taken down. He's such an amazing technical fighter. Put up an amazing fight against James, but James is moving on to fight Zombie Morgan in the SummerSham for the championship. Absolutely amazing turn of events here on the GPW. Another historical night.
Absolutely amazing, Badger. Well, I mean, fair play to Mitch. What a fight, but confirmation coming in. It will be James versus Zombie Morgan for the GPW title at SummerSham next week. Stay tuned to the GPW. We'll be back next week. Good night, everybody.
Bye-bye then. See you next week. All right, James. Show's over. All right, can we shut this down, guys?